It's a lot of talking.
Climate change is real. Taco Bell. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. Today I'm doing something I'm personally super excited about. I am going to be reading all afternoon long. I have my stack and I want to get to most of them, all of them, if I can. I feel like I've been doing a decent amount of reading recently. Like I read every single day, but especially the past 2 days, I've been super busy with like school and hangouts and just like editing and just so many different things that I didn't have time to specifically read. And although I read at least a chapter or two every single day, I just want to make a more prominent dent in my books that I'm currently reading and in my TBR, guys. We are so close to going book shopping. It's so exciting, but it's like I can't believe it's happening because I haven't bought books in so long. I mean, I've done a few little tweaks here and there, but like for the majority, I haven't bought books since March. That's so long ago. To finish out some of these would put me even farther closer to buying books, which I'm so excited about doing. I'm so excited about vlogging too. As for the reads of today, I'm currently reading Bloodmarked. In my 24-hour readathon, I wanted to start Legendborn and I didn't have enough time to. Well, since then, I finished the whole book. A few thoughts is that I really liked it. I feel like for a first book in a like quartet, it did really good. There's 3 books out right now. A 4th one is coming sometime probably in 2027, I think. A few people said in 2026, but like based on the gaps in between her other previous works, it seems like it'll happen in 2027. Bree, our main character, goes to UNC Chapel Hill as a 16-year-old through this like early admissions program, and on her first day there's a bunch of weird things happening. Through that, she's dealing with a lot of guilt because her mother passed away, and as she spends more and more time on this campus, she realizes that there's some connections and definitely some weird things going on. I really liked Bree as our main character. I mean, she's a black 16-year-old girl. There are so many things that are discussed. Motherhood, specifically black motherhood, like ancestry, slavery, dynamic, systemic issues, and I really enjoy when books have that within their writing. A few things I didn't like is that it is a love triangle, and I'm not like the biggest fan of a love triangle, but if you're gonna have a love triangle, I feel like you have to do justice to both of the characters, and it's so obvious that one character is the favorite. So like I wanna root for one person, but like I can't even because we don't know and have that much like depth into his character, while like the other guy has so much connection to our main character and our main story and plot and literally everything. But anywho, I'm on chapter 21 of Bloodmarked, which is book 2. I am on page 197, so not even halfway. This is definitely the first thing that I'm gonna read and gonna finish. Unfortunately, I don't have the audiobook. I really do wish I had the audiobook of this. I had it for the first one and I have it for the third one, but this one is not available at the moment. I feel like since the book is just longer and we're 200 pages in and nothing's really like grabbed and hooked me so far, I wish I had the audiobook so like I could do different things while also listening and making progress through it, but that is okay. The second book I have is a romance.
That's a lot of talking.
Ali Hazelwood, I know. I recently read Not in Love, which is the book that like comes before this. They're kind of interconnected, but they can be read as standalones. I felt meh about it, but I read it just so that I could get to this. I like reading books in like the order they're supposed to be read, so I made sure to do that. Problematic Summer Romance. I know it's like age gap, and 2 of the characters that were in the last book will be together, but once again, age gap, which I think it's like a 15-year age gap. I don't read age gap often because, you know, sometimes there's like little details that you're like, yeah, this does not make sense, like this shouldn't be happening, but I'm open to reading. And the font in this is like super big, and after reading Legendborn, which is like a 4-book series that's fantasy and like you are like just put in a different world, I feel like that is something that I would really like to start. The last thing I have, I also have Problematic Summer Romance on my Kobo. I've been seeing a lot of people say that they read faster on their e-reader, while some people just like physical books. So I think I might compare the two, read the physical book for an hour and then read on the e-reader for an hour and see how my pace changes. Last book I have is Oathbound. This is the final book that is out so far for Legendborn. First off, look at the sprayed edges. I like how it has a connection to the story and it's very simple. I don't like being overwhelmed by a book cover or sprayed edges, but I'm just gonna continue with the series. Legendborn books are usually over 5. Oh wow, this one is 600 pages. Wow, I did not know that. But Yeah, the books are very big, so the fact that I'm finally getting through them makes sense for my TBR because obviously I'm more likely to want to pick up easier and shorter reads. That is the lineup. We're starting at 2 p.m. So it's 2 p.m. right now and I'm just going to be reading all afternoon. I know a lot of times I do 24-hour readathons and I could have done like a 6 or 8 hour readathon today, but wanted to put aside like time to read and not force myself to, because sometimes that doesn't work as it's supposed to. So like if I want to nap, I can do that. If I want to eat dinner, I can do that. If I decide to do like literally anything, I can do so. I'll just update you guys and let you know. But that was kind of a long intro. Enough of my talking. We're gonna get into the reading. Hello all, I'm outside now. I'm continuing to read Bloodmarked. I think I read about 60 pages. I've been reading and not reading, just taking it slow and digesting the story. We have had a heat warning here in Minnesota for the past like 5 days. I would say that today is like the first day it's actually manageable. Literally yesterday and the day before, it was so hot. Like climate change is real and it is affecting us. 5 years ago, Minnesota would not have been almost 100 degree every single day for a week straight, but today it's cloudy. It looks like it might rain. I don't know, but I'm outside and I do feel comfortable. Like I'm not heating up and I have my water bottle and everything. Obviously, I can't tell you exactly what book 2 is about because that would give spoilers to this one and the last one. But Bree is kind of searching for something at the moment. And although she's understood what she can do, she needs to learn how to utilize it to help protect herself and her friends because everyone is coming after her. One thing that we see a lot in media is like young people leading a revolution, and that correlates so much to like literally human history going back as far as when humans were alive. It's always young people that are the game changers and kind of disrupting the systems that have been in place. So it's inspiring to see what she's doing, how she's fighting, the dedication she has to this cause. I know that this book is gonna leave on a sad end or something very sad is gonna happen soon. I can just feel it. I'm back now. It is 6 p.m. so we've been reading
3, 4, 5, 6.
4-ish hours. We'll say that I was watching the World Cup for a little bit of that time and then literally just dilly-dallying. There's no limit on like me using my phone too, so like I've been scrolling a little bit here and there, I won't lie, but I'm now on page 334 of Legendborn. I have this much left, so we're past the halfway mark and this will most definitely be getting finished tonight. I made a coffee and I finally figured out how to make like a beautiful coffee like this. Literally clear separation and border. I have never made a coffee like this, and then I cracked the code in my last 24-hour readathon. There's not really much in store for me. I'm just gonna be drinking and reading. I'll make sure to give everyone an update pretty soon. Hey guys, as you can probably tell by the window, it is so much later now. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling this book 100%, definitely not as much as I like the first one, and I'm a little disappointed because so many people have said that the second one is their favorite. It's just not doing it for me. And so earlier, I was getting a little tired. I felt like I was gonna fall asleep, and I didn't want to fall asleep no matter what, because I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, which is massively royally messed up. Because of that, I picked up my phone thinking that it would be a little bit of a distraction, and guess what? It was, except it was too much of a distraction because The little break turned into the longest break ever of all existence, which I'm gonna say is okay because I knew that I wasn't going to be reading like the whole afternoon. So I'm accepting of the fact that I took a very long break. It is okay. Now, however, it's getting late and I want to shower. I want to do an everything shower basically, except the hair because it's curly and it looks good. After I take a very hot and warm and burning and just perfect shower, I'll come back and read for the rest of the night. I'm hungry, so I might order food or I might just make something at home, which I don't want to do. So we're probably going to order something. Combo that I've recently been so obsessed with is the Salt Air Santal Bloom Oil. This thing is so good. The smell has me addicted, but the hydration is what keeps me committed to it. The lotion that I've been loving, which I've literally been obsessed with the whole year, is the Bath & Body Works Snowflakes and Cashmere Lotion. This is a holiday, like, seasonal thing that they have in the winter time. I bought 2 lotions, 1 body wash. I think I finished them back in February and I was literally rationing them because I didn't have any more left. A few weeks ago though, I went to my sister's bedroom and she had an extra and she was like, you can have it if you're so obsessed. And I was like, thank you. So mixing these 2 has got me so excited for fall, but pairing it with a non-scented lotion makes it also very acceptable for the summertime. Back now, and as you guys saw, my food of choice is Taco Bell. Of course, the perfect midnight snack, or more so meal. Now that I have all my commitments for the day over, I am just going to be reading until bed. I got to a very good part of the book now. There's action. We kind of found what we had been looking for. There's tension between 2 of our characters. Are things going to work out by the end of the book? At this point, we've taken our losses, but one win that we will most definitely do tonight is finish out the book. As long as I do that, I think I'm happy because this is like a 500 or 600, let's see, a 560 page book, and that's like not including the little blurb that we get in the back of all her books from a different character's perspective other than Brie, our main character. Since I've gotten to a good part, I'm excited to move further into the story, see how we end off, and also see how we start the beginning of book 3, because I feel bad for Brie because I think in book 2 and 3 she's like missing one of the 2 most important people to her, and I'm like, this girl literally cannot catch any breaks. Gonna get in bed, eat my food, read my book. The vibes are set. I'm excited to finally complete another book. So I'm excited for tonight's reading. Do not mind my hair. The bun is giving makeshift hurricane tornado hair, but that is fine. I did finish Bloodmarked. In conclusion, I did like the first one a lot better. In the final like little blurb, we see the setup for book 3 and we know like what we're gonna focus on, what we're looking for, what is the goal once again. It seems, I'm guessing that we're finally gonna get more of a character that I've been wanting to find out more about and give him a fighting chance with our main character. It always takes me a little while to make my final ratings, but yeah. I'll start 3 after Problematic Summer Romance because I did start it. By starting it, I mean that I'm on page 19. I read the first 2 chapters. We can assume that Maya is our main character and she likes her brother's best friend who's 15 years older than her. Her brother gets married in Italy and something happens and they can't like go to their honeymoon or something, so they ask her and her crush, which is her brother's best friend, to like stay and utilize the vacation or something like that, I think. That reminds me of this one romance book I read. I think it's called The Unhoneymooners. That was like ages and ages ago, but kind of a similar concept in a way. Not in Love, which is the book that comes beforehand, was in the perspective kind of both of them. But this one looks to be focusing more on just our main character only. But I really do like the cover of this. I like the colors, I like the font, and like the chapters. Intro page has little like flowers and leaves on it, which is just so summer. Those are the two books that I touched today. I finished one, started another. I'm gonna continue more so into this tomorrow. I think I do want to do an hour of physical reading and then an hour of e-reader reading to see which one is faster. But today didn't necessarily go as planned, this afternoon of reading, but it was still so much fun. I finally completed another book off of my physical TBR, and I know that this will be a super fast and quick read that I could probably finish in a day or two. Oathbound is probably what I'll start after that, and I think concluding Oathbound would mean that I have 8 books left on my physical TBR and I can leave 5 of them. So I would have to read 3 books. That is just crazy. I think I'm gonna do a kind of readathon soon, but it's gonna be different than a 24-hour readathon. I'm gonna incorporate a book series and do a readathon with it. And then after that, I may just do a week of reading and try to finish out how many ever books I have left on my physical TBR. And then that would mean that we're set to go book shopping in less than 2 weeks, which, as you can tell, I can't stop talking about because I'm so pumped. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have read any of these books or have considered reading any of these books, if you have any thoughts, comments on the video for today, I'd love to hear and chat with you all. But I will be going to bed now because I'm exhausted. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!